You got 10 on this and 15 on this. Can you do 20 for both? None of the games were very valuable, so I'm passing. Show that Pikachu one again. Cars are kind of backed up there. All right. Thank you guys. Always appreciate it. That's not a 10.
Mort! Hey, Mort! 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 Hey, Mort! Go, Mort!
Greetings, my friends.
I'm looking for games.
I'm bringing Steve with me. Steve is one of my best friends. Good guy. Just a Steve, you're a good man.
What's up, dude?
You're in. Hello. You haven't been to this function before.
Correct. There's a lot of cars coming in, which is a great sign. It means that I'm here early, but not too early, I think. I might have just missed an aisle. I need to go back to that.
I'm a little reluctant to buy consoles today, given that last time I was at the swap meet, I found 10 consoles.
Just spent a bunch of time sorting through all those consoles last night. Oh, that's my hair.
How are you? I feel like every console has a compilation of classic Namco games. What makes this Xbox 360 version different is that the games in it have some sort of updating to them rather than just throwing on a bunch of old games onto a disc or a cartridge like the PS1 or N64 versions. I played through a bunch of these games on the Xbox 360. It didn't grab me as much as I thought it would. It's got a little bit of value to it if you're looking to resell or trade for something else you want for your collection. We're not really finding a lot of video games, but we're finding a lot of interesting knick-knack type stuff.
Kids don't like eating lunch at school, but if they've got a remains of their lunchbox, they were a whole lot happier.
Who doesn't love the old classic Disney artwork? This beautiful framed picture with all of these covers from different Disney films from the old generation is beautiful. It's huge. If I had a place to put it in my home, I might have made an offer on this thing. Since Steve is looking for different stuff than what I'm looking for, it's pretty cool to see what he ends up finding, like this set of Glenn Miller records.
I've been looking for Glenn Miller vinyl for a long time. And
look at
this
this.
is really clean and really nice.
That's amazing.
One of the best King of the Hill references right here.
What's up? Good morning. Hello, Mort's Garage.
I've lost Steve, but he's very tall.
What'd you get so far?
Some sneakers.
Oh, he's all the way down at the end of the aisle.
We won an award. Best duo.
Well, how about that?
It's beautiful.
It's ditching me. Look at this.
How much do your games?
Depends on the game. Like the PS3 ones are like 20.
The vendor was initially asking more than I wanted to pay, but I wanted to see if he'd work out a deal.
I would negotiate them down 10 bucks each. Grab these guys. Very happy about that.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, I see this one less and less, whereas Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 I see a lot, especially on the Xbox 360. The Amazing Spider-Man, I don't see as much either. It's not a hugely valuable game, but those Spider-Man games keep on climbing in value. Thank you so much for the great deal. 3 games and some 7 inches and did you get a good deal on that coffee? Was that from your house?
A really good deal. Yes, right from my kitchen.
Finding stuff at the swap meet at a great deal is awesome and it happens a lot, but you do have to know what you're looking at. These cards are definitely not actually graded. Someone put these out and put them as like 10s and 9s. That's not a 10. These ones were obviously fake. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. Although at the swap meet, I found deals where I've just scratched my head going, I can't believe that just happened.
We're on lap 2. We just did the first aisle. Look at this. Kind of hard to tell, but cars are kind of backed up there. So that's good. More people are coming, which means we got more games to find. And vinyls. And kids' toys and trains. But we're gonna find them. We're gonna find them. Got any new exciting things today?
Some DS games. Other than that, nothing much.
Okay.
Everything's about the same.
How you been? How's sales been?
It's been going up right now. That's a good thing.
That is good.
One of the things that Steve is looking out for is trains for his son, and we're seeing trains everywhere.
Some weird old trains, metal trains.
Let's see it.
He cut his little brother.
Your 3-year-old taught you that it's a what?
That this is a driving rod. He likes the trains that have driving rods. He calls them the clickety-clack.
People go to the swap meet and go game hunting and thrifting and all of that for a lot of different reasons. For some people, it's their full-time business for reselling. For some people, they just like to go every once in a while. I just like going out and walking and spending time with a friend. It's so funny. We'll go down an aisle and we'll just be talking about something serious about theology or philosophy or our worldviews. And then as we're walking by, we'll be like, hang on a second, can you go 25? The dichotomy of all of that is so funny to me. I think it's important in adulthood to find places where you play.
This set of N64 games has been out for weeks. I want to see if the guy's price has gone down.
I'm hoping that he might have some interest in getting rid of them in a bulk lot or something to that effect.
He wanted $40 each for all those games.
Maybe another time. Steve's got a roll, but I'm going to go back through and see if there's any more vendors who are here or more games have trickled out. Let's go take a walk. If I were just starting collecting an original Xbox set, this would have been a great lot to start with.
If you need an original Xbox, that's a good deal. $80 for the console, 2 controllers, and just a pile of games.
Common games on the Xbox are still really good. They had a lot of those Tom Clancy games that were just top tier, action-oriented, first-person shooter, stealth, adventure games that were really quality. Plus, there's a lot of other great stuff on the Xbox. Look, I know that retro is expensive. However, I think the original Xbox, for whatever reason, is just still the way to go when it comes to collecting retro. There are so many great games that even if you don't have an original Xbox console, so many of the best games on the console are actually backwards compatible in 4K on the Series X and on the Xbox One X. Games like Time Splitters 2, Time Splitters Future Perfect, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, SSX 3, and the games often look and play better natively on the original Xbox than the GameCube or the PS2 from that same generation. All right, my man here, he had a couple of PS2s.
Whoa.
You initially said $50 for both,
Yep.
which is a great deal. And you hooked me up for one of them for how much?
15.
$15. That's the deal of the morning right there.
Of the day.
Of the day. I go to one of my other favorite sellers' booths, and I'm gonna do a little browsing and see what he's got for sale today. I haven't played much of the Sonic games, although you can play them on most systems. Sonic 3, though, on the Genesis is still a very desirable game. This vendor had it at 30. I wanted to see if they would go any lower.
25?
Thank you guys, always appreciate it.
I was really hoping they'd go for $25 on that Sonic, and they did. Even at 30 was a great deal. So grateful that they went down to 25 and made an even better deal.
I haven't seen this seller at the swap meet before. I start looking through everything, but everything is at or just below retail price on everything. As I start to ask him any bundle deals, discounts, anything like that, he's not interested in doing any of that. And then he begins to share with me the reason, mainly, is because he used to have a store, but it burned down. So what I decided to do was I wanted to support him getting back on his feet. I picked up this game, which I've really never seen before. Aladdin in Nasira's Revenge. It looks to be like a 3D Aladdin game. This era of PS1 games, I just have a soft spot in my heart for it.
$10 for the Yarn Amiibo. Helping out Juan's business.
Went back to Caesar's booth one last time to do one last perusal of what he had.
All right, you got 10 on this and 15 on this. Can you do 20 for both?
Okay.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Another morning at the swap meet in the books. Thank you so much for coming along and hanging out with me. Hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you soon.